Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well. You've had a good week. Mine's been good actually. The weather this week has been really nice. Not that nice that you could kind of sit out in the sun nice, but nice that it was sunny and you could go and do things. So Tuesday we decided to go into a shopping strip, a strip mall as you call it in America. We call them just shopping malls here. Um, that's about half an hour, 3/4 of an hour away from us. So we went and did that, and we had lunch, and we just wandered into a few shops that we wanted to go to, and got a few things that were necessities. Couple of things that were, well, one thing for me that was not a necessity, but I wanted it anyway, so I got it. So we did that, and then on Thursday, another beautiful day. So we went down to the border town of Peebles. Had lunch, went into, there's a gorgeous cocoa like chocolate shop that does like cakes and chocolates and everything. It's called Cocoa Black. So we got some dark chocolate in there, various forms, and which was really, really nice. We've already tasted some of it. It's delicious. And then we went to White's the bookstore. It's down a little alley, and it's a bookstore and and it's got a craft section as well. And the owner, the man there, is just a really, really nice guy, and he will help you in any way he can. I'd been trying to see if I could get a couple of books, but he couldn't get them for me. It looks like I'm going to have to go to Amazon USA for them, which I'm going to have to do anyway. But he's ordered me another couple that I couldn't get over here. So that is really, really nice. And the way he's done it, he's ordered it from his wholesaler who will just ship them to me, which is great. So he is just so helpful, and I love going to that shop. I really do. It's really, so do my mum and dad. Mum and dad both bought books. And I bought two, so that's fine. So that was Thursday, excuse me. Part of that just been plutooning around, just having some, just very easy days so that I can just get my energy levels back up. Have started doing some autumnal decor, as you can see by the pillows, and also I don't know if you see that gonk. It says pumpkin spice and everything nice. So I got that. I got that one, and I also got it for one of my friends as well. I do plan, and I will be changing out those pictures, but I will let you see the other thing I bought for my room, and I just absolutely love it. How gorgeous is that? So I have this. It's actually sitting behind my laptop at the moment, but it sits on my small chest of drawers that you're perched on. So that's been good. Reading wise, it's been not a bad week. I've finished 3 books, which I'm really pleased with. So I finished The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Laurie Gilmore. Gave this one 4.5 out of 5. I love this book. Folk have been asking me, is it spicy? There are 2 spicy scenes in it. That is it. And even the spicy scenes are not, shall we say, graphic spicy. Spiciness, maybe 2.5, 3 out of 5. So, they're not bad. So Jeannie is given her aunt's pumpkin spice cafe. Her aunt has decided to retire, and she gives the cafe to Jeannie to run. Jeannie has moved to Harbour Dreams Dream Harbour because of something that happened at work, and she wants a fresh start. And she loves the cafe. She's got great memories of the cafe when she used to come down as a child, and help her aunt, etc. So there are very fond memories of this cafe. And she's not sure how to run it, but there are some people within the cafe who are employees of her aunt who have stayed on to help her. Or has one of them stayed on to help her? There's your first conundrum. But she starts making friends, and one of the people that she makes friends with is Logan, who's the local farmer. He brings produce for her to make smoothies, etc. And the first time he arrives, Laurie Jeannie isn't sleeping well because there's something scratching, and she thinks, she's got a bit vivid imagination, could be ghosts, etc. So he agrees to he takes her to the town meeting. Very, very Stars Hollow, okay, very Gilmore Girls with the town meeting, and she sort of says about this, and the mayor, she says about the scratching, etc. And the mayor goes, "Oh, could be ghosts, but you and Logan will help you figure out what it is." So they do a stakeout, and they discover a little white cat that she calls Casper. So there's that, but then all these various other things happen within the cafe that could possibly stop things, her making a success of the cafe, and it's who's doing this and why. I loved the characters in this. I loved seeing Jeannie make friends with two other ladies, and just sort of seeing her settle in and actually become. Yes, Hazel's one of them, and I think Anna is the other one. So yeah, it is really lovely. It was lovely to see her making friends and becoming part of the community, and the community accepting her as part of their community. So I really, really did enjoy this one. And as a wee spoiler, what did I buy the other day? I bought the second one, the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. Now, if you look at it, the leaves actually are sort of copper foiled, so it's really lovely. Gorgeous, gorgeous covers in these books, absolutely beautiful. So if I put the two of them together, I mean, are they not just absolutely gorgeous? And then you put the spines together. So happy to have both of these. This was part of all the books I've read this week have been part of the Scooby-Doo readathon that has been devised by Sonia with an I. Yeah, cousin Sonia came up with this brilliant readathon. As I said to her, I don't know. I know that I've got one with white in the cover. I know that I used last week. I used the Evergreen Christmas. It had an animal on the cover, so I've done that. I've got brown in the cover in this. I think I'm hitting the prompts, but I don't know which ones. What I will do is I will leave Cousin Sonia's announcement video down in the description box below. The readathons for the whole month, so you've still got time to join in our Scooby-Doo readathon. So as I say, I will leave her video in the description box. The next book I read was Shooting Sunshine by Wendy Rich Stetson. This is her third book in our Heart Song Hills series. I gave this 5 out of 5. I was really fortunate enough that I got this as an e-arc. Wendy sent it out to me as soon as she had them available. So we meet Darcy, and Darcy is what some folk would call a privileged young lady. She's grown up in a household that has plenty of money, and her parents want the best for her and her siblings. We find out that her father's mother, so her grandmother, was Amish, but she left the Amish faith for her husband. And Darcy is a photographer, and she's wanting to get a promotion at work, and it comes about that the editor wants an article done, a photo essay done regarding the Amish, and basically Darcy gets it, and she goes back to Green Ridge where her grandmother used to live, and she remembers going there for one summer and absolutely loved it. Loved her granny, loved spending time with her granny, and just felt at home there, felt loved, cared for, because her parents are quite, I would say they're the pushy type, so it's like, you have to succeed, you have to do, you have to follow a profession we want you to follow, sort of thing. And in many ways Darcy's bucked the trend and that she's not doing that. Her mum is like, when are you going to get a real job and stop stop playing at your hobby. Her father's a bit more understanding, and she reconnects with her cousin Sarah, who runs a cloth and quilt shop. And the two of them, Sarah starts to try and help her gain access to Amish for her photo essay. Obviously, the rule is you don't take pictures of their faces. And she ends up staying with an Amish lady in her attic. She's wanting to rent her attic out to paying guests, and basically Darcy ends up being, shall we say, the guinea pig. And the granny is actually, if we go back to the previous two books, Nora, who we meet in there, and Rebecca, it's their relative. It's Nora's mother, so it's Rebecca's granny. And also part of their family is Samuel. And Samuel comes to Darcy's rescue a couple of times, and it's like, it's one of these, can they have a relationship, can they not have a relationship, what is going to happen? One of them's going to have to give in some way, but what effect will that have on either family? It's also Darcy reconnecting with herself in many ways, and working out what she wants from life and where she wants to be. It was so well written, fantastic characters. I loved that she became part of the community in many ways and helped out. Even though she wasn't Amish, she still helped out. Because her grandmother was Amish, because her cousin is still Amish, they allowed her to help in various situations. And she managed to do some things for them that they would not have been able to do for themselves. So it was, it was very much a give and take situation, and it was really, really nice. I loved the way it ended. It was a great ending. I was sort of texting Wendy going, are we going to have, and she's like, well, I've got some ideas, how about, and I'm like, well, yeah, you could do that. And sort of we've been sort of batted back and forth for a couple of times, just sort of a few ideas as to where it could go next. But if you haven't read the Heartsong Hills trilogy by Wendy Rich Stetson, first one is Hometown. The next one is, where my brain's going to go. Oh, good grief. I will leave a link to the 3 books down below. That's ridiculous. I should know what it's called. Hometown. So Hometown Song, I think it is. And then there's Shooting Sunshine. So really good, clean Amish stories with great characters, great setting. You will love it. I then read The Little Lost Library by Ellery Adams, gave this one 4.5 out of 5. This is the next book in the Secret Sconin Book Society. So we're back with Nora and her friends. And Nora has been going every couple of months to one of the big mansions in town, and they call it the Haunted Mansion. Excuse me, because the lady that lives there is a recluse, and she doesn't come out, and it's becoming a bit run down, shall we say. But Nora goes every 2 months, and there are very strict rules as to what happens, and that's fine. Because she gives the lady books, and she puts a few treats in for her as well. So Nora goes as per usual for her visit, but the lady doesn't answer. So Nora tries phoning, and no response. She tries banging the door again, nothing happens. She phones again, and the lady goes, help me, and then goes, it's too late. And by this point, Nora's like, I'm dialing 911. So she dials 911, and she's learnt from McCabe her her boyfriend how to kick a door in. So Nora kicks the door in, and she finds the lady lying at the foot of the stairs, and unfortunately she has passed away, but just passed away. So 911, the police arrive. It's not her boyfriend, but it's one of his deputies that she knows really well and likes, but there's also the new deputy she doesn't like. And so they sort of find out how she, etc., what's happened, blah blah blah. And then her boyfriend comes that night and goes, "Oh, the lady left you these things," and she's like, "Right, okay." And the following day, when she opens the bag, there is this book, and basically the book is called The Little Lost Library, and it's a book of clues to things within the house that will lead her to this little lost library. So the story is of Nora and her friends working the clues out, but also working out how does she gain access to the house to basically get these clues. But also having to deal with the lady's children, who are, two are not particularly nice, one is nice. And it's like, so you've got that story going on. You also have the story of Esther and her boyfriend, who is one of the policemen, and are they going to stay together? Are they not going to stay together? And there are various things happening within that dynamic as well. There's also, you have another thread of somebody is stealing books from the bookshop, who is it, why, etc. So you have 3 threads going in this book at one time, but it doesn't get confusing. It all sort of flows really, really well. I love this series. This is probably one of my favourite cozy mystery series. The characters are just so good. I love Nora. I really do love Nora. I love the way that she helps people find books, and is always there with like a list. There's one lady came in and was doing a challenge, an autumnal challenge, and she had to find books in certain categories, and Nora could, off the top of her head, was going blah blah blah, and I'm like, wow. It's just something like that really makes you would think, I would love to go into a bookshop where somebody would do that for me. Mind you, I suspect that if I did that and went down to the bookshop in Peebles, he would be able to say, right, okay, there you go. Because that's the kind of bookseller he is. He's, he knows his books, he knows things like that. So he's, in many ways, he and Nora are two of a kidney, two of a kind. And I just love that. I love her friends. I love that when something really tragic happens, that they come together for her and help her and do things for her that she didn't expect. And I just loved that. So yes, I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you haven't started the Secret Book and Scone Society, Secret Book and Scone Society, I would highly recommend it. I've read about 3 or 4 from them. I didn't start at the beginning, but I plan to get them because I just think they are just such good books. And even if you've read them, I'm sure you can go back and read them again and again and still thoroughly enjoy them. So that's what I've read this week. What am I reading now? I am listening to at night An Amish Christmas Cookie Club by Sarah Price. Started this during the week, and really enjoying it. I'm going to be really interested to see where this goes. There are 2 characters in it that I think need to kick up the bum, but we'll see what happens. And then I'm reading Wish Upon a Star by Ellie Douglas. This is a novella. This is a Tool Publishing review book. So really looking forward to, I'm about 60% through that. It's a novella, and I'll get that finished this afternoon, I would think. As to what else I'm going to read, it's probably, I suspect, I may pick this one up. I don't know. I may think to myself, no, you've got to read one of the others that are up there in your list before you can read that. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. But that's it for this video. What am I going to do for the rest of the weekend? We've got athletics tonight. This is the end of the athletics season for this year, which is really good timing because next weekend starts the rugby season. Yay! Brilliant. I'm doing some crochet. I'll do some more work on a project I'm doing. I can't mention it because for various reasons. I will maybe switch out the photos today or tomorrow. We'll see how I feel. But that's kind of it for this weekend. Not a busy weekend, which is nice. Not that most weekends I don't have busy weekends, but I have a busy week coming up, so it's good. Excuse me, so it's good for me to just have a very slow weekend, which is nice. So please let me know down in the comments, have you read any of the books I've mentioned? If so, what did you think of them? I would love to know. Have any of the ones I've talked to you appealed to you? Again, I would love to know. What have you been reading this week? And what are your reading plans and your general plans for the weekend? Come chat with me down in the comments. On your way there, if you would like to, please hit that subscribe button. It'd be lovely to have some more subscribers. Hit the notification bell. It will tell you when I'm bringing out new videos. But until my next video, friends, stay safe. Happy reading. Bye.